Renewable and non-renewable energy sources. Hydroelectric energy. Hydroelectric energy is derived from moving water that creates energy. The energy is created by hydroelectric power plants or dams. Hydroelectric power plants and dams are usually located near a water source. An example would be the hydroelectric power plants seen near Mandalay Beach in Oxnard. The materials needed to produce hydroelectric energy are a source of moving water, turbines, electric generators, and the water cycle. In the case of the dam, the water falls through the dam and spins the turbines that spin the electric generators that generate energy. China is currently the biggest producer of hydroelectricity in the world, but the United States, Brazil, Canada, and India and Russia are also top producers of hydroelectric power. Lignite generated energy. Lignite generated energy comes from lignite. Lignite is a dark brown to black combustible mineral formed over millions of years by the partial decomposition of plant matter, a plant material, subject to increased pressure and temperature in an airless atmosphere. Lignite is brown coal, but is an environmentally compatible alternative. It is abundant, low cost, and is more reliable than black coal. Lignite is the lowest quality type of coal. It is softer and has a high moisture content, unlike black coal. The materials needed to create lignite generated energy are lignite and power plants to burn the lignite. This will then produce energy in forms of electric energy, synthetic natural gases, or even fertilizer products. There's an abundance of lignite in China, Indonesia, Germany, Russia, and the United States. Specifically in North Dakota and the Rocky Mountains. It is mined all over the world.
Here are the advantages to using these energies. Hydroelectric energy is the cheapest source of energy long term. The amount of indirect emissions of greenhouse gases are low. Water is able to bring a high level of energy, and the production of hydroelectric energy isn't very affected by changes in climate and weather, and is also reliable. Lignite energy is low cost in comparison to coal, which is already one of the cheapest sources of energy. Lignite energy is reliable as power plants powered by lignite are running 24 hours. Lignite is an abundant resource, and to get lignite it is fairly easy since it's very accessible. These are the disadvantages to using these energies. Hydroelectric energy. To create hydro plants, a running water source must be dammed, which can prevent fish from reaching breeding grounds. There are limited places that are suitable for hydroelectric plant construction. There are higher initial costs as compared to fossil fuels. Hydro plants can become a flood risk under bad circumstances. Lignite energy has a lower heating value, which means more fuel must be used to produce any given amount of power. The moisture content of lignite can decrease the efficiency in boilers. Lignite releases the highest amount of carbon dioxide and sulfur out of all energies, and it also has the worst of an environmental impact than that of coal.
What countries use these energy sources? For hydroelectric energy, it is most commonly used by more economically developed countries. The number one producer of hydroelectric energy in the world is China, with Canada, Brazil, and the US following behind. For lignite, the country with the most reserves as of 2020 is Russia, as seen in this chart here. Second is Australia, followed by Germany and the United States.
What factors affect the choice of energy sources by different societies? Hydroelectric power remains Africa's primary renewable resource at over 38 gigawatts of installed capacity, with 971 megawatts added in 2020. It accounts for over 70% of the renewable electricity share and about 16% of the total electricity share. Africa is a less economically developed country, and it uses renewable sources of energy to power some parts of the country. Russia, Australia, Germany, and the United States all use lignite as a non-renewable source. Many MEDCs use this because it's relatively abundant in North Dakota and Texas regions, relatively low cost since it's surface mined and low sulfur content. Lignite accounted for 9% of the total U.S. coal production in 2020.